Welcome. Welcome, everyone. This is it. This is our last day. Whoop, whoop. Sorry, I'm just getting all my stuff ready. And added TikTok. So I had the surprise of my life yesterday. I had no idea that I was able to go live on TikTok. I thought I had to have 1,000 followers and ended up not being the case for some reason. So, hey, TikTok. All right, so I will not be interacting with you all, even if you're on TikTok, because I'm on different platforms at the same time, so I'm not really seeing interactions. And that is why I'm going to talk to you about a solution to that once we get there, once we're finished with the reading. And so if this is the first time you're tuning in, well, my name is Karina Aristide, if ever you didn't realize that. And I'm just passionate about human behavior, and with a twist, focusing on the internal environment, helping you be before you do, and with a highlights on your mental health. And so it's exciting. I've done this 21-day challenge with a book that I wrote, and today is the last day. And like I was saying, I'm so proud of myself because I did it. I beat the fear. I beat whatever was in front of me, and I just did it. And so very, very, very proud of myself. But most of all, I'm excited. I'm excited to have been able to share some of the things that have been so transformational for me, for people that I've worked with. And my goal is to educate the masses as much as possible so we can create a better world with people who choose to rise, who choose to be who they have been called to be, and to impact the world and change history. And when I talk about world, I'm not talking about the world as we know it. I'm talking about the different worlds that you are in. Your family's a world, your workplace is a world, all your interactions is a world. Okay? So yes, you can change the world. And when I talk about making history, I'm talking about your own history. How maybe you've gone through certain things and they've set you back, or they've prevented you from moving forward. Well, you can rewrite your history. You can decide, you know what, enough is enough. And I'm committing to rising to that next best version of myself. And this is it. Nobody's stopping me now. Okay? Make 2025 the year that you choose not to be set back by anyone or anything, especially not yourself. Okay? So today we're talking about the final enemy of fear, of vision, which is fear. And again, if you haven't been through the 21 days, I encourage you to do that. So Facebook, it's going to be on Facebook. I just learned today that Facebook is deleting videos that are older than 30 days. So, okay, you've been informed when it comes to Facebook. But you can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on YouTube. So those are going to be staying there. And so go ahead and go back check out those days. We talked about environment. We talked about temperature. This is all about internal, okay? Which also, of course, is connected to your external environment, but it's about living from the inside out, okay? So we talked about, like I said, environment, and then temperature, and then foundation. And then we moved into self-image and self-care. And then we talked about mental health. And then today we are finalizing our last reflection on vision. And when I talk about vision, I'm talking about the vision of you. I'm talking about your risen self, that next best version of you. What does that look like? So the first reflection in the vision, we talked about getting clear on that. And then yesterday we talked about pride, which is a huge, huge enemy of your vision. And I shared that one of the ways to safeguard from pride is to be able to entrust yourself to a higher power. And so I shared some of my favorite scriptures of all time that talks about you being fearfully and wonderfully made, you being beautiful just as you are, and making you the apple of your own eye as God does. So if you don't see yourself that way, or if you have trouble really with self-worth, then hop on God's back, okay? Because he says you are worth it. You are the apple of his eye. You are the most extraordinary being in the eyes of God, and in my eyes as well, because I love people. I can't help but see the best in people and their true potential, who they are in spirit. And that's how I relate to people, spirit to spirit. And we talked about during the 21 days is that, we're made in 3 parts, body, soul, and spirit. And a lot of us focus more on body. Well, society focuses a lot on body, so that influences us. That external environment really influences us. And we're, soul. So the soulish realm is really where most of us, have a bit of a grasp, but it's also the battlefield, okay? So I don't have time to really get into that because we got a lot to cover today, but yeah, so those are some of the things that I definitely want to get more into now that I'm enjoying this whole live stuff. Okay, so we're gonna get into that for sure. But this is just to give you a sense of what Dare to Rise is all about. But I encourage you to, like I said, go through the different videos. It's only, okay, so some of them are 17 minutes. I don't think I go over 18 minutes, but most of them are between 15 to 17 minutes. So bite size, so that you can kind of chip at it, one day. Because the goal of the book is to basically help you increase your personal development inventory. So if you're new to this, then you know what? It's going to be good. It's not going to be too overwhelming. You're just going to do it one step at a time. And you don't need to, kind of decide, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this every day. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Even if you decide to do once a week, it really doesn't matter, as long as you take that 10 to 15 minutes a day to kind of focus on that aspect of your rising, okay? And if you're already a riser and, you got the gist of it, you might find a few nuggets here and there, which I've been told from several risers that I've been talking to, and I have been giving me feedback. So thank you so much for your feedback. It helps a lot. And so, yes, so let's get into the reading, and then I'll share a little bit about what will come next, okay? All right. Reflection 21. Enemy of your vision, fear. Fear is the most debilitating emotion in the world, and it can keep you from ever truly knowing yourself and others. Its adverse effects can no longer be overlooked or underestimated. Fear breeds hatred, and hatred has the power to destroy everything in its path. That is from Kevin, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Kevin O'Coin. Okay. Sorry, Kevin, if you're here reading this, listening to this. Okay. Today, I want to talk about a second and equally significant enemy of vision, fear. This famous F word is a normal human emotion that we all experience. The good news is that we do not have to let it cripple us, and we do not have to live with it. Again, there's an incredible verse that I love in 1 John 4 that says this: there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. Yes, there's no fear in love. Perfect love drives out fear. Love it. When we talk about perfect, we talk about wholeness, completeness, and unconditional. That's the kind of love that we want to let in. We need to commit to loving ourselves wholly, completely, and unconditionally. And the easiest way to do that is to allow God's love to fill us. As I talked about earlier, as we allow in the love of a supreme being, it allows us to love ourselves more wholly and subsequently love others genuinely. Friend, I need to look at you when I say friend. You too. TikTok, friend. I encourage you to try it, because there's so much joy, peace, and love with this way of living, which also brings a sentiment of being secure. The longing of every human being is to feel loved and to have a sense of being secure, anchored, rooted, and grounded in love. In spirit, we have this innate desire to be profoundly and deeply loved and feel secure in who we are. When we discover this love and allow it thoroughly to permeate our being, it's incredible what happens. Come on, I need to get an amen out of you with this. I want to share with you a powerful statement that someone said, named Nikki Gumbel, said. Fear is a natural human emotion, but with God, you can face your fears with confidence, because you can have complete trust in God for this life and for the life to come. Love it. So commit to allowing yourself to be loved. Love yourself. Let me say this again. Love yourself. Love yourself. And love others. If you love yourself, it'll be so easy to love other people. Love is the biggest and most powerful weapon against fear. Yes. All right, so now we're at the conclusion now. Conclusion. A vision is not just a picture of what could be. It is an appeal to our better selves, a call to become something more. That is from Rosa Beth Moss Cantor. You made it to the end. Congratulations. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Although it's the end of our discussion on knowing your vision, as I alluded to before, it's essential to it's essentially the beginning of your rising journey. I hope you took a deep dive into your internal environment, understanding its interaction with your external environment, and have a better sense of your self-image, internal dialogue, heart, and the interconnectivity of your body, soul, and spirit. That you gain new insights on what self-care and mental health are all about as pertaining to knowing your vision and living from the inside out. You are now ready to move on to solidifying your passion and taking concrete action. These themes are the subject of the next books in the series. That's right. In the meantime, I invite you to book a free 30 minutes consultation with me to discuss your reflections and your personal development and mental health plan. And so, yeah, definitely, this is still available for those of you who want to have a discussion one-on-one. But at the end, I'm also going to talk about an opportunity to come together as risers and share. There's such power in sharing each other's experiences and being able to bounce off each other and also just learn from other people that might have gone through exactly what you're going through. So many of us risers have similar journeys, and sometimes some of the rising turbulences can be very, very rough, but they are necessary. And having people that have gone through it, or no, maybe not something exactly the same, but similar, makes a huge difference. Okay, let me keep reading. And remember, your internal vision governs your external vision. Your vision determines your life. Set up an internal and external environment that allows your true self to rise. Who you are translates into the ways you serve humanity. Always be open to opportunities to say yes to rising. Even when it's difficult, I have to add that. It's always worth it. Always. Okay, I leave you with this great quote by Marianne Williamson, which I'm sure many of you already know, but it's such a beautiful quote. And she says, "You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure about you. You were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us." Yes. Amen to that. Okay, so the last part of the book is a story. So it's the story of one of my stories of rising, like I said, because like I say, we have a lot of different episodes in our lives, journeys that we go through. And some of these journeys are harder than others, but they are all meant for us to truly tap into that period that brings us to the next level. And so all the challenges that we go through have a purpose. Always, always, always. even though it doesn't look like it a lot of times. And some of us have been going through or have gone through very, very, very traumatic experiences. And I'm not minimizing any of it. Please don't feel that I'm belittling your experience, because I'm not. What I am inviting you to, though, is to consider using that experience to your advantage and allowing yourself to discover what this experience wants to bring you into. That is what I'm inviting you to. So hopefully, as I share my story here, that's going to do that for you. Okay, so beginning with a quote, Neil Gaiman says, "The one thing that you have that nobody else has is you." Your voice, your mind, your story, your vision. So write and draw and build and play and dance and live as only you can. Love it. Okay. This story is the starting point of my mental health journey and how I developed a passion for this topic and the concept of Dare to Rise. In 2014, I was standing on a bridge near my house looking at the waves crashing in. And for a good 30 seconds, I contemplated jumping. I thought to myself, what a perfect way to end all this suffering that is and is to come. It was the second time in my life that I genuinely felt like dying was the best solution. I was in full-blown burnout again. The first burnout happened in 2008. I overdid it again one weekend and fell asleep at the wheel in broad daylight. I crashed into the window of a basement apartment in the building right next to where I was living, 2 hours. Yeah. It was a miracle that I made it out. I still can't explain how my seat reclined at the point of impact, preventing my head from getting cut off. I came out with minor bruises on my face, 8 chipped teeth, and horrible whiplash. The scene was like that in the movies. An ambulance, fire truck, police cars, news anchors. The whole neighborhood came out to see all the commotion, including my husband. Leaving the kids inside, he got closer to see what movie they were filming. Seriously, that's really what he thought. As he looked closely at the green truck, halfway through the window, he thought, hey, that looks like our car. As he moved closer, he noticed the license plate number, and his knees immediately caved. Thank God 2 firemen were next to him and held him up so he wouldn't fall to the ground, saying, she's okay, she's okay. The truth is, yes, I made it out alive. I'm here. I'm not a ghost. I'm here, people. Okay? Miraculously, I'm here. Okay, where was I? Yeah. The truth is, I made it out alive and seemed okay, given the circumstances. They even sent me home after briefly checking me at the hospital because I did not look like someone who had just had such a traumatic experience. Yes, I was somewhat okay physically, but mentally and emotionally, I was far from okay. That was the first time I wished I had died. And the first time I realized my soul was sick. After that, I got better, recuperated, and then went back to my old ways. Can somebody identify with that? A few years later, and crashed again. This time, it was my body and my mind that crashed. And on that bridge in 2014, I realized I needed to seek professional help to get to the source of what was causing me to overwork myself constantly. Not only was I in burnout mode, but I also ended up diagnosed with a dissociative identity disorder. And what I realized is that I was doing before being. I had to stop everything again and learn to be. I hope I'm speaking to somebody here. Don't wait to crash to learn how to be. Please take it from me. Okay? I had to reconnect with myself, let God inward in a more profound way, and start living from the inside out to stop the cycle. I also sought the help of a psychologist. I can proudly say that I no longer suffer from dissociation by God's grace. Only by God's grace, people. I've been in recovery mode from the savior complex. Where are the saviors over here? And the superwoman syndrome. Who am I talking to? For the past 8 years. Well, now it's been more than 8 years because I wrote this book in 2022. I am so excited to be recovering from all of those. I would add overachiever. Overachiever, savior complex, superwoman syndrome. I had it all, people. But now I'm free. Woo-hoo-hoo. Praise the Lord, I'm free. Yes. Okay. Helping others navigate their personal development and mental health journeys has also helped me to stay on track and to continually allow the next best version of myself to rise. Yes. Helping others has been a very, very, very important anchor. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to do this 21-day challenge. And that's it, people. That's my story of rising. That's in the book. Like I said, I got tons of them. It's already 9:30. My goodness, how? Okay, I was a bit late, so I'm gonna go till 9:35, if that's okay, people, because I do want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for choosing to invest your time with me every day for the past 21, well, more than 21, because I skipped a few days. But it's such a privilege and an honor for me to support your rising journey. And I don't want to stop there. So definitely, we're going to do other things to support this whole movement. And I just need my risers to raise their hand and let me know, yes, I'm in. And so there's a few things that I'm working on. So the first thing is I do want to do more of those lives and get a bit more into some of the things that we talked about over the 21 days. So I'm working on doing regular lives. I'm not going to say how, when, where, because I know myself. So once I decide and put it together, I will definitely let you all know. So it'll be very clear. So let's say Mondays or Wednesdays, whatever it is. So you're going to know exactly what days to tune in. And I'm going to try to keep it 5 to 10 minutes, very short again. Bite-sized. So those are coming. and they're going to be based on body, soul, and spirit. So body, soul, and spirit tip for rising. Next thing is also the clinics. So the next one is on March 15th. So I'm going to be also sending out information about that. So if you're not on my any of my mailing lists, do get yourself on there. So, and also get yourself a book. Okay, so that's one thing I want to share is that the book will be available free PDF until Friday, March 7th. And then after that, you'll be able to get a sample of it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it as a discount rate. So probably like $2.99 starting the Monday, which is March 10th. Yeah. So from March 10th to March 17th, so for a whole 7 days, you'll be able to get the book at a discount rate. So a lot of people like physical books. So there you go. It's gonna be a good time to get it. And I'm just gonna ask if any of you who do have the book that already have the book, as I know a lot of you do, please write a review for me. I would really appreciate that. So when you write a review, what happens is the reviews get Amazon to show it to more people, and more people get to get the material. So please write your review. Very appreciative. If you can, do a picture review with the book in your hand, that's even better. All this to say, if you do have the book already, awesome. If you don't have it yet, wait. Well, you can get the free PDF, but then if you want the physical copy, wait until March the 10th, because that's when I'm going to send it off. And for people who have the book or who have been participating in the challenge, I'm also going to be working on doing a mastermind. So that is going to come up as well. The date is going to be released. It's probably going to be starting at the end of March. But right now, the clinic is your best bet, because I want to see you. I want to talk to you. I want to hear your stories. I want to just be of use however I can in your rising journey. Okay. So if you want to be in the know of everything that's going to be going on, please do join my newsletter. So I have a newsletter on LinkedIn. I have also a newsletter. When you go on daretorise.ca, you can sign up for the newsletter there. And I also have a Substack. And so beingbeforedoing.substack.com. So you can also sign up there to get information. And yeah, so let's continue this journey together. So exciting. And again, you can have the replays on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook for now. I don't know. Some of them will be disappearing at some point, but at least you do have the YouTube for sure. Yeah, so that's it. It's 9:35. I'm done yapping. Again, love you all so much. Thank you all for your time. It's precious to me. And we'll see each other again. And for the francophone people, pour mes amis francophones, je vais faire le 21 jours en français aussi. Okay? Donc, love you all. We'll